Welcome to the Burrillville School Committee regular meeting, April 10th, 2018, 6:30 p.m. regular session, Burrillville High School Media Center, 425 East Avenue, Harrisville, Rhode Island, 02830. Members present, all with the exception of Joshua Tessier, Michael Kamashin, and Alex Leclerc. They are all excused. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and when we're done, please remain standing. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to have a moment of silence for a Burrillville High School graduate, William Bill Griffin, Jr., and Bill worked as a school teacher for 37 years in the Burrillville school system. Thank you. Item 2, recognition. Appoint superintendent of schools. The consensus of the school committee after the interview process was a vote to appoint Dr. Michael Solito as the next superintendent of schools in Burrillville. Dr. Solito, stand up, please. Administrators, department heads, would you introduce yourself, please, to Dr. Solito? Those that are here.
Why don't you stand and
Those that
say your
haven't
name
met
and then
him.
you can sit.
Yes.
David Brissett, I'm the principal at the High School.
See if he wants to say a few words.
Hi, I'm Janet Lyons, principal at Clear Farm. Nice to meet you.
Rachel, Ruben, new vice principal at the middle school.
From Moore, principal at Burrillville Middle School.
Robin Nation, business manager for the school department.
Bill Robinson, facilities director. David Alva, assistant principal at the high school.
Well, we have one more. We have our rink director back there.
Stand up, Chris.
Come on, Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
Lacey, lead your rank.
And we have our athletics director with us as well.
And we have the president of the BTA.
President of the BTA.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I
Justin Allen, AV Tech.
think that's it. We won't recognize.
Do you have something to say, Mr. Slito?
Sure, thank you. First, I want to start by thanking Dr. Slaughter and the school committee for selecting me. I am beyond excited to be here, thrilled to be working with this administrative team. Cannot wait to get started. Looking forward to really building on all the great things that are happening here in Burrillville schools. And I know the transition over the next few months will be busy, but I think it'll be a great, smooth transition. And again, just looking forward to continuing to work on pushing forward the mission and vision of Burrillville schools. So thank you all. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello, Michael. John Abadi, the athletic director's here too.
Yeah, he stood up. He stood up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, Michael.
Item 3, consent agenda. Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve the minutes of the March 15th, 2018 Burrillville School Committee regular meeting and the executive meetings of March 27th and April 3rd of 2018.
Second.
A motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve warrant number 8 for the month of March dated April 10th, 2018, in the amount of $2,403,243.30.
Second?
A motion is second, discussion? Hearing none?
Warrant 9 instead of 8. Do you have 8?
Oh, did I put 8?
Yeah.
It should
Warrant
be 9. I'm
Number
sorry.
9.
Amend that to 9.
Thank you.
Motion, friendly amendment, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Chair, motion to approve bid for the boiler replacement be awarded to Industrial Burner of Providence, Rhode Island, in the amount of $608,500.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4, presentations by the public to the school committee. We have none this evening. Item 5, public comment. Anyone wishing to speak to the school committee this evening?
I believe, Mr. Chairman, there's someone who wants to speak about an agenda item. Would you prefer he speak now on that issue or when the agenda item comes up?
Now would be probably a more
Okay.
appropriate time.
Sure.
So, yep, just the podium, state your name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Mike Piana. I'm a Burrillville resident, and I just wanted to speak on the issue of the gun-free schools resolution. And essentially, I think my understanding is that there was a proposal to vote to deny the ability for concealed carry permit holders to be on school grounds. I think that's an unwise move. Essentially, gun control typically doesn't work, and to essentially have a school environment where you openly state that any active shooter could come in with a guarantee that nobody could be there potentially to defend the students, I think it's a very, very bad idea. Typically, shootings take place in gun-free zones. I know it's a very difficult issue, especially considering the terrible tragedy that happened in Florida just a few weeks ago. Well, wow, it's actually happened 6 weeks ago now, 7 weeks ago. So time flies, even in tragedy. But the fact that that young criminal was able to do that just underscores the need for people to be able to be on the school grounds who can defend the students. Obviously, circumstances vary from situation to situation, but to deny rightfully concealed carry permit holders the ability to even exercise their constitutional rights to carry, to bear firearms, and especially given the fact that a person being on school grounds in a situation who was not allowed to carry their firearm, they might not be able to defend students in a particular situation. We already have very clear state laws governing the permitting and ownership and use of firearms, and there's a state law in place that allows people to carry concealed in certain public areas, including school grounds, and I don't think we need to go ahead and change that. So I would urge the council to leave this one alone and stay with what is currently state law, and allow people who are duly licensed to carry firearms to do so on school grounds. Law-abiding citizens don't commit crimes. Law-abiding citizens generally help stop crimes, and there's myriad statistics out there to prove that. And I think if it's not broken, let's not fix it. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak this evening? You need his address.
Yes, please.
Could you give us your address, please, Mike?
Yes, 55 Old Hillside Drive.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi.
Rosanna Campbell. I'm not a town resident, just a teacher. And after hearing your remarks, sir, I really appreciate hearing them. Responsible gun ownership is never the problem. I was recently appointed to the governor's task force on school safety. I will convey some of your thoughts and concerns, and would also like to convey Rhode Island is one of the few, actually only 4 states in the union that allow concealed weapon carrying on school grounds. So we are actually the outlier, and I will bring that back to the governor and also understand that we are in the minority, and it's actually a trend that many police officers feel rather uncomfortable with. So just so that you understand, as a community, nobody's trying to take any, responsible gun ownership away, but I will tell that to the governor when I meet with her on the task force. And I wanted to tell the committee that as well, that we're the minority. Most states, 46 to be exact, do not allow that. So thank you for
Thank you.
trying to be with the trend.
Hi, Rosanna.
Hi.
I still need your address.
89 White Parkway, North Smithfield, Rhode Island.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir.
Anyone else wishing to speak this evening? Hearing none, we will move on. Item 6, personnel, appointments, leave of absence, retirements, resignations.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to approve leave of absence for Catherine Hauser, a reading specialist BH at Burrillville High School, on or about 9/4/18 through 11/20/18.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Chair, make a motion for the retirement of Donna McCready, teacher assistant, William L. Callahan, effective June 30th, 2018.
Second?
Have a motion is second, any discussion?
With regret.
Regret? So add, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, make a motion for an appointment of Erica Plant, Extended School Year Program Coordinator, 2018-2019, with a stipend of $3,500.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, make a motion for the resignation of Charles Takita, boys and girls track head coach, effective immediately.
Second.
A motion is second, any discussion?
Just a good thanks for his hard work.
So noted. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, make a motion for athletic appointments for 2017 through 2018. Jasmine Phillips, upon receipt of necessary documents for the softball assistant coach for Burrillville High School with a stipend of $1,908.50.
Second?
Eric Tupper, boys lacrosse head coach, Burrillville High School, with a stipend of $2,387 plus a $200 longevity. Sharon Antonato, boys and girls swim team head coach for Burrillville High School, stipend $2,387. Sharon D'Antuano, tennis head coach, stipend $2,387. Jacqueline Keeble, United Basketball, Burrillville High School volunteer. Jacqueline Keeble, track and field, Burrillville High School volunteer. Keith Duquette, basketball, upon receipt of necessary documents as a volunteer.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just note that the last item was a baseball.
I'm sorry. I think I said basketball,
I
didn't I?
think so.
Friendly amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Item 7, old business, fiscal year 18 BSD budget update.
Mr. Chair, motion to open the fiscal year budget for
Second.
2018.
Have a motion to open in a second. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No transfers are recommended, just
Thank you. Fiscal year 18 rink budget update.
Motion to open the fiscal year 18 rink budget.
Second.
Motion open in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Again, just for informational purposes.
Policy 4323.2, bidding requirements, second reading.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve policy P 4323.2 bidding requirements, second reading and dispense with reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Policy 6432.2, off-campus substance abuse policy, second reading.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve policy P 6432.2 off-campus substance abuse policy, second reading and dispense with reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 8, superintendent's report.
Motion to open.
Second.
Motion open in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 I have nothing to report, Mr. Chairman,
All is
outside of
well.
the fact I have 2 months left.
Rub it in.
Gee, thanks for the
No,
information.
I meant that in a positive way.
You sure it's
Positive way.
not
It
59
just-
days, 8 hours, and 13
No,
minutes?
no. I just want to congratulate Dr. Salito on his appointment. I think he'll a fine job. He went through a very intense process, a very difficult screening team, and he came through that screening team as a candidate, and I wish him the best, and I'll be here for you at any time you need me, a phone call away, and we will work out a transition program.
We have been very, very fortunate this past decade to have Dr. Pilata. He's been great for us in the district, and you are fortunate to have him at your disposal for your transition period. Will learn a lot in a short period of time. Item 9, administrators' reports.
Mr. Chair, motion to receive and file with a big thank you to all the administrators, staff, students, for all the great educational information, the art, the sports, and other projects presented in all the reports we received.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 10, reports of school committee subcommittees. We have none this.
Mr. Chairman, just want to make a note that we're going to be making a move to the policy subcommittee within the next couple of weeks, I think, to try and begin to formulate some of the hiring policies as we discussed. We are looking to probably fill a seat with a current school committee member who may be interested, so keep that on the radar. I think we are looking for somebody else to replace Mr. Tessier in that position.
Yes,
So.
Mr. Tessier has sent his resignation in from me, so we will be looking for another member to join the team.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
One of them will probably be me.
Okay.
But I think I'm on it anyway, right? Policy subcommittee, okay.
Ex officio.
For sure. Right. Thank you. Anything else? Right. Item 11, correspondence communications.
I have received none.
Okay. In the district update, we have congratulations to Rosanna Campbell, chorus teacher, Burrillville Middle School, who was a recipient of the Golden Apple Award this month.
Congratulations.
We'll have you know that that's the second one for Burrillville in this school year. So we're very fortunate. We have some very, very good teachers here. I would also like to commend the staff at Austin T. Levy and Julie for their presentation for the enrollment at Levy School. Very good. It's great for the parents. It makes them well-informed, and it's good that their youngsters stay in our community. They stay in Levy where they're going to be raised and within the kids that they'll be playing with in this community. So this was very good. I like that a lot. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, Monica.
Monica Thompson.
That was very good. Thank you. Item 12, new business. DECA financial support request. I'll take a motion open.
I'll make a motion to donate to these wonderful students of Decker $500 to help with their expenses.
Second?
Unless you want to discuss it other than, but you're going to discuss it after the motion, right?
Yeah, so in order to discuss, we need a motion. Okay, so we don't need a motion to open. Okay. So I have a motion on the table
Thank you.
for $500.
$500 to donate to these wonderful students who are moving on.
That's great.
Fine job.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Policy P3612, homebound instruction, first reading.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to approve policy P3612, homebound instruction, first reading and dispense with reading.
I'll take a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you have discussion?
I did have something.
Okay,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
I would like to see something about technology put in there where they can actually be part of the classroom, either with video or with just audio. If we could put something like that in.
Did you have a request for a location or language or anything like that?
I just haven't, no, I just kind of read over this quickly. So,
Why don't you,
That would be at their disposal if that's the determination amongst the group when they meet to determine homebound instruction, particularly for the students who have IEPs and 504 plans. If the team met and convened and they felt that that was one of the issues that they should talk about and have available, they would be able to do that under this policy.
I'd like to have it in there that it's a possibility that you could do this. I can remember going to Burrillville High School years and years and years and years and years ago, and we had one person who was out for a back operation, and she took part in the classroom, both asking questions and being part of the classroom, and it worked wonderfully for her. And I think with all this technology, we can do the same thing a lot easier.
Candace, do you have something to add?
No, I was actually going to say exactly what Dr. Pallotta said, that that would be a team decision. The team got together and reviewed the information. Currently, most of the students we have are utilizing instructors, one-on-one instruction, but certainly that's available. I mean, you could do a FaceTime kind of, or Skype in-class module, but a lot of the kids also use virtual learning, so technology is part of the discussion. But it is-
I'd like to see it in here, though. That is that is a choice.
I would be careful about making it mandatory.
No, it wouldn't be, it would be one of the choices, that it would be up to the team to use that, but it is,
Team does.
it is available. I want to see it available here.
Well, we can add technology would be a consideration.
Where am I putting it?
Within here?
Yes, please.
We'll do that.
Well,
We'll
this
figure
is
it out.
first reading, so for the next
You'll tell me,
reading.
okay,
for the
I'll
next-
figure it out.
thank you. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Resolution on gun-free schools.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we place that on pending issues, since there is concern from the public regarding that, so that we can have further discussion on it.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item, approve homeschool applications.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for homeschool.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 13, committee on agenda items. Anyone? Done?
I do. On the gun resolution, the reason that I'd like it placed on pending issues is because I have been exposed to firearms most of my adult life. My husband and I owned a sporting goods store for a number of years, and I know the procedures that they have to go through in order to obtain a handgun or any firearm. And I think that a person who has a permit to carry, we need to make a decision as to whether they can carry it within the school parameters. So I think that is something that we need to talk about and come to a consensus. And I firmly believe in the safety of our children, and I know that as a committee, we have put in place numerous security doors, procedures, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are certain codes that are used that we are not privileged to know for the safety of our students. We do take great care in the safety of our students and the education of our students. So if there is concern, I think the committee should have further discussion on this resolution and move forward.
On that note, Ms. Carden, I think that the right to carry and personal possession of a firearm is to protect yourself. It's not necessarily to protect the student body or a person coming on a school grounds, because having sat in on some of our security discussions with the colonel, it's a minute and a half to get a police officer on site. I'm under the impression that a person with a firearm has a right to carry, and he's on our school property, when the police get here, he shows his gun, he's the first one to be shot.
Can I make a suggestion? Maybe we should invite the police officer who services our school department to come in and talk with us about that.
Yeah, great idea.
And it might make us feel a little more comfortable about that.
Perfect. Dr. Pilato?
Yeah, just so the general public knows what we're talking about in this resolution, the resolution is that the Burrillville School Committee respectfully requests, excuse me, the Rhode Island General Assembly to support any and all legislative proposals that would ban bringing firearms onto school grounds except by peace officers as defined in the law. That's what the resolution says. So just so everybody understands that. And we certainly can have either the colonel or his representative here at the next meeting.
That would be
Talk
good.
about that.
I think we can make
Sure.
a decision at that time.
And I would just like to thank Mike for speaking out, and I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Roseanne, thank you for, and being on that team to really study how this works. I think Rhode Island's been fortunate to not have a major event, and I can't say that there's a correlation between allowing concealed carry, but there is, I believe, some type of correlation between a gun-free zone. But irrespective of that, I think whoever is going to make those decisions to come on a school ground and cause harm to children are not looking to abide by the law. And I think that really is the underlying essence of what we're dealing with. And I can certainly appreciate and respect what the colonel may bring to the table as it relates to how those events would develop and how a police officer is going to respond and somebody who has a concealed carry. But I just get the vision of if it's a 30 seconds or it's a minute or it's a minute and a half, and there's a position where someone can act, and it's saving someone's life, and that to me speaks volumes. That person's been vetted. Someone who has a concealed carry permit didn't come upon that license easily.
Exactly.
So, there's a lot of respect I think we need to have for that position and for someone to have that care and control of that firearm and understanding. And I think, and I would hope that he would understand his position when police arrive as to how he would handle himself so as to not end up in a situation where he would be the victim. So thanks for coming and sharing that, and thank you all for listening, because it's an important issue. Unfortunately, it's very important.
Very good. Anyone else? Item 15.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome aboard, Dr. Slater.
Welcome.